Who are angels? A creation made of light. In the last video, you learned about jinn kind. Well, this surpasses them. Because even the jinn kind, their master Iblis fears them. This was a statement that was reported to have been stated by Iblis when he saw the angels in one of the battles the Prophet fought. Let's dial back a bit. Who are these angels? Who have enormous might, Allamahu Shadidul Quwa, who are almost countless in number, who have wings, some 2, some 3, some 4, some more. Who are these angels, in which believing in them is one of the articles, the 6 articles of faith? Who are these angels? So there are a misconception that some have, thinking that angels don't exist. When you talk about angels, you're talking about an abstract force of good. They don't exist, they're just an abstract force of good. Now this is wrong. Why? Because Allah categorically tells us that they exist in a number of verses in the Quran. You saying they don't exist not only negates his statement, but it negates those 6 articles of faith. Because we know before the messenger gets the message, it comes through an angel, Jibril or Gabriel, as it's been stated. So they do exist, and they are of different types and sizes and might. We say they are created from lights. We say their number is almost innumerable, because وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. Allah tells us nobody knows their number except him. And if you are talking about the heavens, there's a place in the heaven known as Baytul Ma'amur. In that place, Allah says that there are 70,000 angels that enter that place. Every day a new batch enters without them coming back again. Just think of how much number is that. Which calculator would you use to get that number? Now another issue between angels and human beings, who are better? Since we know that human beings are better than jinn, as we established in the previous video, what about angels and human beings? This has been an ongoing debate, but the nutshell is angels have the capacity for one thing alone: goodness, righteousness, because they're created from light. And human being has the capacity for both good and evil. Now that gives him the power of choice, of tilting towards righteousness or tilting towards evil. So that choice gives him superiority over someone who has no choice but to do just one thing from the beginning of its life to the very end of its life. So some scholars say human beings are better than angels if that human being chooses day in and day out to do righteousness. The angels don't eat, they don't drink, they don't have a gender. And the heavens that holds these angels, the Prophet told us one day about it, that the heaven creaked, and it's quite worthy that it should creak, make a sound. There is no place where you can put 4 fingers except that there is an angel that is prostrating, standing, making ruku without ever getting tired. These are their nature. They fear Allah because they have a closer barrier than us. They experience what we don't experience. Although if a believer chooses to believe in the unseen, he can have a layer better than them. Allah tells us, Hatta إِذَا فُصِلَ عَنْ قُلُوبِهِمْ قَالُوا مَاذَا قَالَ رَبُّكُمْ. Allah wants to destine something to happen, someone to die, someone to become rich, someone to become sick, someone to become better. He wants to establish that faith and make it happen. The angels are covered with fear. Hatta إِذَا فُضِّيَ عَنْ قُلُوبِهِمْ قَالُوا مَاذَا قَالَ رَبُّكُمْ. It was when that fear is being removed because of how great Allah is. Even though you've heard of their greatness, but they are nothing compared to Allah Azza wa Jal. They will say, مَاذَا قَالَ رَبُّكُمْ. What has Allah decreed? قَالُوا الْحَقِّ. He has decreed the truth. These are people لَا يَسْبِقُونَهُ بِالْقَوْلِ. They do not precede Allah with speech. They are not spoken. They do not speak until when spoken to. لَا يَعْصُونَ اللَّهَ مَا أَمَرُهُمْ وَيَفْعَلُونَ مَا يُؤْمَرُونَ. They never, ever go against the will of Allah. go against his order, and whatever he orders, they exemplify it in a microsecond. These are the angels, and they are of different types and names. We know Jibril, we know Malik, we know Munkar, we know Nakir. There's one responsible for rain. There's one right behind my shoulder as I speak. There's one who inspires goodness, makes me to do good, while the other shoulder, as they say, holds the devil. And between them is a never-ending fight. One drawing me to evil and the other drawing me to goodness. There's one who will accompany you in the grave, and there's one who prays for you, and there's those who pray for people who constantly remember Allah. And there's the one that will take the soul when its time has reached, and there's the one that will blow the trumpet when the day of judgment has come. They have many designations, and their number are almost innumerable. These are the angels who is the most to believe them. There are a number of things to take note of, but one distinctive one is how much they fear Allah. Even though if I were to describe Jibril to you, one of the mightiest angels we have, he has 600 wings, and every wing, as the Prophet stated, covers the horizon. But these creation fear Allah utmostly. They can't even fathom the fact that it's possible for some creation to disobey Allah. That gives you an inkling why when Allah orders the angel who take care of hell to burn the people of hell, they do it delightfully. Have they ever seen Allah? Have this creation ever seen Allah? Now that's a discussion for another day. The key takeaway is we have established the 6 pillars of faith in the fact that you must believe these angels, and they are not just forces of goodness as some have stated. This gives you an inkling why in human history we associate goodness to angels. When the women saw Prophet Yusuf, they said he was like an angel, even though they have never seen an angel. And when we talk about evil or ugly things, we associate them with the devil. This is to tell you that they are righteous beings. We do not worship them. They are themselves servants of Allah who have been assigned jobs, and also a component of the belief system a Muslim must have in their existence, their designated nature, and that they are also a creation of Allah. Assalamu alaikum.